Jim Whitworth is our next Hall of Fame inductee, our second to last one of the 2010 class. His son Kevin is going to be up here in just a moment accepting for him, and I kind of changed the order of how I'm doing that. I throw this out there because the story that I was told, I'm going to relay to you, but I don't know if Kevin can confirm that this is true or not, because to me it really seems like a punchline, but I'm going to tell it anyway. And if the joke's on me, good, but I hope that it is true. Apparently Jim, amongst his love for the game of hockey, also loved to fish. Now, people always said, hey, look, if you found a mud puddle up to them, if you found basically a mud puddle and you thought they would fish in it, you would go ahead and drop a line and a rod in there. And sure enough, every day as he drove down Lindbergh to get to the Winterland rink, he noticed a small little lake pond that had been made off the side of the road. I can't believe I'm doing this to him, but I'll go with it. He passed it all winter long, and you know what? I'm going to just read it the way it's written. He passed it all winter long, and then finally one day in July, on the way to Winterland for the Olson-Whitworth Instructional League, it got the best of him. He pulled over on the side of the road, a little ways down from the pond. He got his pole out, and he tried his luck, but didn't even get a bite. So he heads on to Winterland, where in the locker room, as Eddie Olson and Jim got their skates on, Eddie made a comment that he saw some damn fool trying to catch a fish in a fountain pond on his way to Winterland on that day off Lindbergh. Nothing was said for a couple of minutes, then Eddie looked at Jim and said, I know it was you, you damn fool. I saw your car. You ever hear the one about the guy that went fishing, and was trying to cut into the ice, and God spoke to him and said, there are no fish in that pond? Looked around and said, Jesus. Yeah, okay, you've heard it. I think that this is the same one there. And then the guy said, whatever, so he keeps going on, and the guy says, hey, there are no fish in that pond. And the guy looked out, he goes, what in the world? Is somebody just trying to, is God really that in tune to what I'm doing today? Finally, he went to go ahead and just cut one more hole in the ice, and the guy said, sir, there are no fish in the pond. This is an ice rink. I think it's the same thing, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually true. Jim Whitworth is the next St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, and his son Kevin is here to accept the award, and maybe you can debunk it.
Well, that story is true because I was with my dad that day when we went fishing. Somebody didn't put me in there, and I appreciate that. But on behalf of my dad, this is an honor. And now that my son's 9 and I'm coaching, I see what this has done here in St. Louis. I see all these guys here I played with. Went drinking at Rusty Springs Saloon with Rick when I was only 18, but I ain't going to tell that story either. But you had the money. Well, I know. You guys didn't have nothing in college. But anyway, somebody said, hey, have you got your speech ready? And I said, well, what the heck am I going to say? And then I thought, well, what would my dad say? And I think my dad would say one thing, thanks to his wife, because she made the phone calls. She collected all the checks. She stuffed all the letters when we were sitting in front of the TV. To all the guys that are not going to make this Hall of Fame, but are there, guys like Dave Gardner at St. Louis Country Club, McDonald at Steinberg, Roy Weaver, Hodge over in Granite City back in the day, and all these guys. I knew all these guys. I knew all their parents. I played with these guys. I don't remember the referee, but they were all blind, so I don't remember none of them. So, but, I've had the chance for the last 4 months to relive a lot of memories. Mr. Struckman, I saw him a few months ago, and it was incredible. And my wife's betting I ain't going to make it through this. I probably won't. But Hall of Fame guys, you're doing a great job. Scott and Dionetta, wonderful picture in the bathroom, Steve. I'm real impressed. If I don't remember anything of this night, I'll remember your face above the urinal for the rest of my life. But all kidding aside, it's a big night for me and my dad. My dad coached at the Berg, and half his hockey team is here tonight from 1975. And that's a testimony to my dad. And, you know, I'm not going to be like Rick and take 27 minutes to do my little speech, but, you know, I've had the chance to grow up with some of the best hockey people in St. Louis. I remember the day when we didn't even have uniforms. And the guys, Craig's dad, who did the work for those guys to get the uniforms, or, you know, I remember the first shirt I ever had was a funeral parlor. You know, it was Kudus. Sorry, Mr. Krieghauser, but it was a Kudus uniform. But then we wore the Krieghauser one too. And it took everybody. It took all those volunteers. I've heard everybody up here thank the volunteers it took. Thank all those people and parents. I got a 9-year-old boy. I'm a squirt coach. I'm still up at 5:30 in the morning going to 6 o'clock classes or scrimmages. But it's wonderful. I'm very proud of what we've done here. I know my dad would be. I know my dad would be eating us up to have a chance to be here to talk to Mr. Murray and his old buddies, Lou. And I know him and Eddie Olson right now and Bill McKenna are sitting up there watching this with great pride. And on behalf of the family, I want to thank everybody. Thank you. Well done. Thank you. Really well done.